What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone enjoyed UFC 313. If you listened to me, then you made some money last night because Chimaev, Justin Gaethje, Ignacio hit so hard. I see a lot of people upset about the main event. This is MMA, and Chimaev fought a good fight. He fought the fight that you need to fight in order to beat Alex Pereira. My Ankalaev video turned out to be very accurate, and that is what you guys can expect from me from now on. I do want to quickly talk about what's next. I do think they're going to do the rematch between Ankalaev and Pereira, but for Justin Gaethje, I think they should rebook the fight with Dan Hooker. I know Justin really wants to fight for the title, but I don't think he's ready for Islam. I think he needs some more momentum, and I want to see him work on his grappling and wrestling. Moving on to Jalen Turner, I felt really bad for him last night. I hope he does not retire because he's young, and I think he has a lot to give in this sport. He's just been fighting the best of the best, and he shouldn't be too hard on himself. Moving on, I really do want to talk about the main event this weekend. The Italian Dream is back. Marvin is facing Roman Dolidze, and this is going to be a rematch. I do want to talk about Marvin first. This is his first fight in almost 2 years, and I thought he was a lot older than he actually is. He's only 31, but he made his debut in 2016 when he was 22 years old. In 2019, he started to get some momentum. He went on a 5-fight winning streak, and he eventually fought for the belt and lost. Things have kind of gone downhill since then, as he is 3-2 in his last 5. I think his biggest problems are his distance management, and he doesn't do well with pressure and volume. I also think he relies on his striking way too much. I think in 2019, he was levels above, but now MMA has evolved. There are more technical, powerful strikers in this division. He's not going to survive by just striking them alone, and I think that he's proved that with his losses to Robert Whittaker and Jared Cannonier. But he does have a lot of heart, he has endurance, and he has a lot of experience at this point in his career. So if he can just become a better, well-rounded athlete, I think he will go far. First fight, I think he did a really good job of utilizing his jabs and his kicks, whereas though Roman was just looking for one big shot. He was waiting way too much. Roman did have success when he was pressuring Marvin and had him against the fence. He landed some really big shots. However, it just looked like he gassed. It looked like he got tired. He wasn't able to do that in rounds 2 and 3. And like I said, he was just waiting and waiting and waiting to land that big shot. Keep in mind, this is orthodox versus southpaw, which is important because it creates a split stance, and it's kind of going to be a foot battle between the two. Who do I think wins? Well, it depends if Roman made the necessary adjustments in this fight. If Roman can pressure Marvin for 15 minutes and not let him be comfortable and fight at his range and dictate the pace, then I think Roman has a better chance of winning. I like the fact that Roman has been very active, whereas though Marvin has sat out for 2 years. I don't know how that will affect him and his performance. He does look like he's in really good shape though. I am going to go with Marvin to win this fight. I think he just has more tools and more ways to win, whereas though Roman is kind of a one-trick pony. My hot take, I think that Roman should move up. He looked really good in his fight with Anthony Smith, and I think he'll do better there. Moving on, I do want to do some matchmaking in the middleweight division. What is next for DDP? I know everyone wants to see Khamzat fight for the title, but after watching Imaval's last fight against Israel, how can you deny him a shot at the title? Right now, Imaval is on a 4-fight winning streak, 2 of which he won by knockout. He has multiple wins against active ranked middleweights, whereas though Khamzat only has wins over Usman, who is not a middleweight, and Robert Whittaker, which was an impressive victory. But again, I just don't think it's enough when you compare it with Imaval. I think the right thing to do here is to book the fight between Imaval and Khamzat, considering Imaval is ranked number 1. So what does he do? Khamzat's going to fight for the title, and then he's just going to be kind of waiting around, fighting next. Do you think that he should fight lower in the rankings and risk his number 1 spot? I don't think so. That's why name value and being a big star is important in the UFC, because you can literally jump the line over someone who is more deserving if you have a big name. I know the UFC wants Khamzat to be champion, and I think him and DDP is a super fight at this point. I just feel bad for Imaval because I feel like everybody is overlooking him because of Khamzat, even though he's the number 1 contender in this division. I think what makes the most sense if he has to fight lower is the Sean Strickland rematch. The first time they fought, I think it was at light heavyweight, and it was a short notice fight. Moving on, I do want to talk about Robert Whittaker and Israel Adesanya. They're currently ranked 4 and 5 in this division, and I need to know what's next. I really hope they don't become gatekeepers because you have guys like Caio and Anthony Hernandez on killer win streaks right now, and they deserve their shot in the top 5. You also have Jared Cannonier coming off a very dominant victory, and right now he's ranked at number 7. I think what makes the most sense is Anthony Hernandez and Jared Cannonier, or maybe you wait to see what happens in the Roman Dolidze and Marvin fight. Actually, wait a second. Sean Strickland does not deserve to fight the number 1 contender. He should be taking on Kyle right now. That would be a really good fight, and it moves the division forward. I do want to talk about 2 people I don't think should be ranked, and that is Costa and Michel Pereira. Costa is 1-4 in his last 5. His last victory was over Luke Rockhold, who is currently not in the UFC. And the last victory before that was against Yolo Romero, who's also not in the UFC. The reason why I don't think Michel should be ranked is because in his last performance, he literally gassed after the first round. After a performance like that, I don't see him going far in this division at all. Moving on, I do want to talk about RDR as he is ranked at number 15 now. He has 2 wins in the UFC, both by submission. I think he's going to be a real problem. I've seen some rumors that he was supposed to be fighting Bo Nickel, but I think that's false, and I think that's too good to be true. I think that RDR has way too much experience for Bo Nickel, and the UFC wants to protect him as much as possible. But that's it. That's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm always going to take my time in research and give you guys accurate breakdowns and predictions from now on. If there's any fighters you want to see highlights for or any old fights you want me to try and post, I can do that. Just drop in the comments and let me know. And also don't forget to join my Discord. But that is all for now. Bye.